Hey, Ben Lawless here. I just wanted to really quickly show you how the curriculum writers could make the existing curriculum developmental without a lot of work. Check it out. Right, so hopefully this looks half decent. So as you saw in the earlier video, or you might not have, they're the achievement standards for 7 and 8 history and 9 and 10 history. Mapping that vertically, separating out all the skills, we've got about 21, so just those two paragraphs come to quite a few different skills. Then I prefer to work down to up, so I put it down to up, just straight like that, and then it's mapped to bloom, so it looks like that. Now the problem with that is that 7 and 8's in red, 9 and 10's in blue, so really it should go red then blue, but you've also got all these other problematic ones which are in purple, which are for both levels 7, 8, 9 and 10. So not only is that developmental, it's not going from less to more sophisticated according to Bloom's. The problem is all the state schools that have to report against achievement standards, how are they supposed to make any sense of this? Well, they really can't. So I want to show you how they could do it, and it wouldn't really require much work at all, I don't think. Anyway, so I'm just going to make a few adjustments to this. So just have a look at that there. I'm going to simplify that a little bit. So what I've done, you'll see that there's a few in the curriculum, there's a few skills that are very similar in their phrasing. They've just got a little thing on the end like beliefs and values instead of ideas, events and locations, right? I've decided to conflate those two, put them together just for simplicity's sake. Remember, this is just me doing this in about half an hour. So, you know, the federal and state governments with all of their resources could do this in a more robust way. But anyway, just to show you proof of concept. So here it's the exact same thing. I've still kept in all the shadings for where they are currently put in the curriculum. But this is, so we've now got just this many skills rather than the 21, because we're taking out, you know, the events, ideas and locations. We're saying they're similar enough. So we get something like that. Now we're going to simplify a little bit more. You'll notice that we've got skills and sub-skills, but most of the sub-skills are the same. Oh, sorry, what we've done here was we're getting rid of the year levels. So we'll get rid of them. Boom, they're gone. We're not worrying about their year levels. We're going to add them back in later. So that's one simplification. Now we're simplified. You'll see from here to here, rather than having 2 rows for skill and sub-skill, there's just one, like that. Right. Now this is ordered very simply in terms of Bloom's. The struggle that state schools have is that they have to report against progression points. They have to say 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10. How do you do that? If you look back here, you can't at all. There's all these random, you know, they're not in any level and they don't make sense compared to the achievement standards. So how do we do it? We do that. Ta-da! So you can call these level A, B, C, D, E, G, and F, or you can call them 7, 7.5, 8. Yeah, you could give them the same names as what the progression points that you'd have to be reporting against. And gets even better, you can even write little level statements here with a statement saying what students at that level can do. To my mind, this would be a much more meaningful statement for an external report because it tells you what a learner can do rather than how they compare. This, again, the 7, 7.5, 8, these are all just expectations. They're not based on any statistical validation by the department. But that's how you could do it. So just a quick summary again, starting right back with the achievement standards. We're separating that out into all the tiny little sub-skills. There we go, we get about 21. Flipping that vertically, we get it like that. Then it should look like that, but when you map it to Bloom's, it doesn't because they're all over the place. So with a little bit of jiggery pokery on my behalf, we go boom. We stack some of them a bit more vertically and ignore some of these context things here. So rather than it being, you know, evaluate how historical figures are influenced by events, blah blah blah, I'm saying that's the same skill. Don't even worry about that a little bit on the end. Now we get rid of all the year level expectations that are there, and we are going to squash it up a bit more. So we've just got the sub skills. So really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, probably 18 sub skills there. And then how do we turn that into progression points? handily. That's the right number of levels, so I've just said, look, level A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Probably want to externally report them using the progression point numbers that are there. And to make it even more meaningful for people looking at the report, you could have a little level statement here. And that is a really quick proof of concept of how the curriculum writers could turn the existing curriculum into a developmental one without needing to do that much more work. I didn't do any more curriculum writing. I just rearranged stuff that was already there. Thank you.